Hello everyone and welcome back to Full House Sports here with myself, Charlie. Right, tomorrow is the big one. Dave Allen versus Arslan Makhmudov in Sheffield. I'm buzzing to be going myself. Cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight night. Although I complained only last week that I thought British fight nights were potentially a bit of a dying breed, this does feel like a big one and a very good one as well. It's a great story. Those who don't know Dave Allen's story, it's one of ups and downs. And he's one of them people who you want to do well. And sometimes you've wanted him to do well and he's let you down. And then other times there's been, I guess there's been a lot of false doors, but there's other times been the highs of the upsets. The Nick Webb fight where he knocked Nick Webb out with the overhand right and everyone thought that Nick Webb was the next up and coming thing. The night he went through Lucas Brown like a knife through butter. The Johnny Fisher fight last time out was one where I felt really over the moon for him, to be honest with you. Tomorrow night is huge for him. And I've got to say, even though my heart says Dave Allen, my head does say Arslan Makhmudov. I think for Dave, it's fantastic to see him getting in shape. It's important for me, has got in shape because he spoke about it before about how when he fears his opponent, he has to be in shape. And that should really be a given for any heavyweight. But unfortunately, because of the journey he's been on, because of his battles with himself, I guess, he's not always been in the best shape. He's not always looked the best. He's sometimes not took his training seriously. I don't think that's happened with Jamie Moore this time round. But Makhmudov is no mug. And yes, people are looking and going, well, he lost 2 fights, Makhmudov. He did, but look at who those losses were to. Ajit Kabayel, who is probably now the 3rd best heavyweight in the world, I would argue. That's not a bad loss for anyone on their record. And last time out, Guido Vianello. Well, not last time out, but last loss was Guido Vianello, who is an Italian amateur of the highest order and who just jabbed Makhmudov to death, really. I say my heart says Dave, my head says Makhmudov. I saw, of course, AJ has apparently said if Makhmudov beats Dave Allen, then that's the fight that he might take next year. He said, though, that if Dave Allen wins, they don't think he'll fight AJ. I don't think that's any surprises. It looks to me like Dave Allen, if he does win the Makhmudov fight, I can now see the Deontay Wilder fight happening, which does surprise me a fair bit, because if you'd have said even a year or 2 ago that that was a possibility, people would have just laughed you out of the building. But it doesn't seem that crazy. And if he does win against Makhmudov, I think it will be the case. I saw that Matchroom has said that even if he does lose, they've got a plan for him, which is an 8-round comeback, a trilogy with Johnny Fisher, and then British and Commonwealths, which I think is fantastic. Because I think tomorrow night will tell us the level Dave Allen is. If, and I hope he does, if he does beat Makhmudov, then sky is truly the limit. Because he's then put himself in the top 20. And then he's being talked about against fighters you'd never dreamed a year or 2 ago of putting Dave Allen in with. I just think Makhmudov might just be too much. He's high, he's 6'7", he's going to have a fantastic sort of boxing ability with him coming from that Russian system. He's going to be so strong and so heavy on Dave as well. That's going to be a big factor. And I think he's a little, maybe insulted, I think, by the fact he's fighting someone like a Dave Allen. I think in his head, he probably feels he shouldn't be fighting someone like a Dave Allen. So for me, I do see Makhmudov winning. I don't think it'll be easy, but I think potentially round 7 or 8, it could be done. And that's not me hating on Dave Allen, because I would love nothing more than him to win. I would love nothing more what's going to be a bear pet atmosphere tomorrow. I'm buzzing for that as well. Great atmosphere up in Sheffield. If he does win, it'll be absolute limbs, and I cannot wait for that possibility, and I love that. But we shall wait and see. Good fight in the card, Junaid Boston versus Bilal Fawaz. That's the rematch. There's still that needle there, and I love seeing that. Bilal Fawaz just seems to have a habit. I think he just gets into Junaid Boston's skin. I think sooner Junaid Boston doesn't have to mention Bilal Fawaz, the easier he'll fall off. Josh Padley against Reece Bellotti. How active is Reece Bellotti, by the way? He deserves a lot of credit, just in the ring constantly. And Josh Padley looks in phenomenal shape. His story is brilliant. He took the Shakur Stevenson fight on very little to no notice. Yes, he lost the fight. Yes, he was comprehensively outboxed. But do you know what the promoter said? Fair play to you for doing that. We're going to give you a chance. And they have. And him and Bellotti, 2 British boxers, nice guys anyway. It'd be good for either of them to get the win. I do think Padley will potentially have too much and then move on to potentially fight with Garner in the future. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please give us a follow on the Instagram as well. I'll be putting up some stuff from tomorrow night on the fight night. Thank you very much, as always. Please like, please subscribe. I've got the tripod back. Mike's on the way. Things will be getting better. Thank you as always. Have a great day.